Here's my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous, and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That will tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way.
Okay, should be ready to continue. Hopefully. I did remember to save it, so we're good. There we are, thank you. Now, if only I could remember where we were. Right! Right, statues. Statues. We were working on statues. Okay. So then we want this one. This one. This one. This one. You're supposed to be able to tell by the clicks. This one. But I never could. And this one. Yes? Not at all. Well, so much for that being the answer I was looking for. Alright, so let's try doing this the opposite way. Okay. Okay. Well, that did not help. So then, if they're saying 2, 3, 4. So I was going 1, 2, 3, 4. What if we go 1, 2, 3, 4? That makes it... I already tried that though, right? Because we tried this guy first and this guy second, right? So let's try this again. If we say 1, 2, 3, 4, then we want to do this guy first. Okay. Then this guy. Then this guy. I think they actually want us to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that would make this 2. This one. I don't think that's how they want me to play this, actually. I think they want us to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Which would mean if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that means we want to go this way. This way. This way. This way. This way. This guy. Well, that was a click and a half. close. Very close, I think. But still not exactly what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then that makes this 4, this 3. Okay. Alright, and then 2, 1. I mean, we're close. Right? Because we just need this feather out. If I pull that head again, what do we get? They're both down. Okay. So we pull this one. And that's out. Okay. We don't want that one out, so pull this one again. Sorry, I have a wiggly canine today. Definitely not. Okay, still definitely not. What about this? Still definitely not. Okay. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so number the vulture heads 1 through 4, going left to right. I am going left to right, right? Then click on them in order 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I am doing that, right? Also, my model is being wonky. I can fix that. There we go. Oh, I say I can fix that. I hope I can fix that. Okay. Let's try this again, please. If you don't mind. So the question is, are we going 1, 2, 3, 4? Let's try it this way, right? If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that makes this 4. 1, 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Okay. Not in the least. Okay. So I was closer going 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try this as 4. Actually, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we can try this as well. I think I've already tried this though, right? Okay, and then try this one. And then this one. We determined left was wall side, right? If I read from left to right, then yeah, left is wall side. Okay, see, that's close. So what if we say 1, 2, 3, 4? So what if we say this is 4? I still can't get these statues. I'm even following a guide and I can't get these statues. WHS hints, by the way, Universal Hint System. It's helpful if you want hints but not solutions. And also solutions. Yeah, but see, that's all wrong. Alright. What am I missing? Bring this over here. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that's... If you click on the first buzzard, you will hear. So first buzzard on the left, I'm assuming would be the one closest to you. Tick, 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 beep, tick, 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 tick. Okay, if you insist. Alright, so... Yeah, they're saying that, like, to number the buzzard heads, let's try a slightly different walkthrough, just so that I can get this, because this one is driving me insane. I don't need a full walkthrough, I just need buzzard puzzle. Thank you. There we go, game facts. Can you just give me a quick look at the buzzard puzzle? No, you don't have any pictures. You know what? Let's say images. What do you got? Nobody gave me a good image of, like, numbering them, did they? Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. Forget the images then. Okay. Let's try a different one. What you got for me? I'm looking for the buzzard puzzle. If'ns you don't mind. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. The next bit has to do with the statues in the garden. There's one master bird. Alright. You would say it's the stupidest of all puzzles. Alright, fair enough. Okay, I don't care how badly you feel about it. Can you just tell me your solution? Nope, you don't tell me the solution. You just gripe about the puzzles. Cool. Good to know. Alright. Here we go. Statues are key. Face the bird statues. You have 3, 3, 2, 1, 4. Interesting. So you have a different theory, sir. So if we say 1, 2, 3, 4, you say 3. Well, here, let's go out just to make sure that I've reset this. Okay. You're saying 3, 3, 2, 1, 4. I am still not hearing a click. That's because that is so much worse. Okay. Nope. Alright. As a picture, go outside in the garden, you can find Bruno's elaborate tomb. It has 4 statues by it, as well as a buzzard on top of it. Pressing the statue head will affect... Alright, pressing the first statue, third feather will do a thing. Alright, so pressing the first statue puts out the third feather, while bringing in the 5th and 6th feathers. That's actually helpful. Pressing the second statue puts out the first feather. The 3rd and 5th feathers halfway. Pressing the third statue. Okay, so that being the case, have we reset this? Yes. Okay. So that being the case, if we say 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go with this guy's thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Okay. Oh, that is so much worse than it was before. Okay. Okay. One, 2. I'm trying to figure this out. 1, 2. Okay. And then 1, 2. Okay. Close. Alright, so we just need this feather out. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want something that will move the second feather halfway out, but leave the rest of them alone. So the first statue puts out the third feather, which we're not worried about. Bringing in the 5th and 6th, not worried about that. Pressing the second statue, okay, puts out the first, 3rd, and 5th feathers halfway. Not worried about that because we're looking for the second. So the third statue brings the first feather in halfway and puts out the 4th. So it's got to be the 4th statue that does the second. You don't have anything that does the second feather. Because you say that the 5th and 6th feathers come in halfway. Pressing the 2nd statue puts out the 1st, 3rd, and 5th halfway. Pressing the 3rd statue brings the 1st in halfway and puts the 4th feather out halfway. And pressing the 4th statue brings out the 3rd and 6th halfway. But you say nothing about what affects the 2nd feather. Which we know that one's got to be wrong, right? Because there's got to be something that affects that 2nd feather. Alright. This is annoying. I really wish we had somebody that just did like a picture and was like, here, just press these. 1, 2, 4, whatever. Here we go. Okay. No. That was just a picture of the buzzards, not how to solve the puzzle. That was just saying, hey, you know, you can look at these. They're birds. Isn't that nice? I don't care. I don't care. We've solved all that. Bring me back to the birds. Okay. Birds, please. Here we go. Okay. So, you actually did a good job on this. Thank you. This is mysterymanor.net. They actually have a lovely picture of the buzzards with labels A, B, C, and D on them, and that helps a lot. Okay. So, now you see, they're calling them dragons. They don't realize it's buzzards. Standing in front of the crypt again. From left to right, go A, B, C, D. And now you can press the eyes. All right. So, they want me to go here. They're thinking, excuse me. So, they're thinking you go 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. Click on this guy. CC. So they're thinking click on C. C. They want B. A. A. D. Yes? C. C. B. A. D. That's what they're saying. And they have an actual... There it is! See, they have an actual... Thank you. Lucky I didn't take an eye out doing that. Alright. let me do a quick thing here so I can show you guys what I'm looking at. Alright. This is courtesy of mysterymanor.net. Is what this is. Okay. And let me scale it down a bit so that it's easier to see over here. Okay, there we go. Let me pull up the website real quick so we can give them some credit. mysterymanor.net. There we go. Alright, so that's what I'm seeing. Thank you. Now, let's swap some things over here to make my life easier on the back end. Thank you. Why is that still up? Can that be not still up? Thank you. Much better. Okay. So that is what... Where is... There it is. Okay. So that is what I'm looking at as the solution. Now, we have this funny looking key here. So let's grab this funny looking key. And what do you know? We get more eyeballs. Okay. Let's continue. We get more weird eyeballs is what we get. Thank you. Okay. So, that is one of the many puzzles. That one's the most frustrating, I feel like, so far. To be fair, none of them have been very easy, but...
Still have to do that. Did that.
Okay.
Still have to do that.
Right, we have a tune that we played from the Jack in the
done.
Box that I need to look into.
All done. Still have to do that.
Right.
Still have to do that.
Okay.
Did that. Did that.
Let's keep an eye on
Did that.
what we've done. Okay. So, we do have the tune from the Jack in the Box upstairs. And we know of one place where we can play a tune. Do we not? Okay, so we have mid-C, which is this one. So this line is mid-C. That's D. That's high C. B, A, G. Okay, so this is E, D, mid-C. Alright. So those are what we need. So we need middle C 3 times. 1, 2, 3, D, E, 2, 3, D, C, D, E, C. Yes! Ha ha ha! And we have yet another eyeball. Okay. So that's done.
I haven't done that.
Alright, yes, I'm aware. Alright, the tune I found
Did
in the
that.
Jack-in-the-Box is good. We're still working on finding the glass eyes for the grid.
Still have to do that.
Right, I haven't finished in there. We need to call the doctor, which we will do in a bit. I want to do a couple of other things first. Let's actually head up here into Bruno's secret study. Kay is running in her sleep again and jostling the entire bed. It's adorable. So we have a fun little coin, and where else to put a coin but in a gumball machine. And get a weird eye. Okay. Because why not?
I haven't done that.
We still have not finished in the study. Cool.
Did that.
Something with the token.
Can't check that off yet.
And we can do the grave puzzle. There was one tiny thing I was missing. Actually, can we go up to this here grate?
Here, Iggy, Iggy, Iggy.
Let's try putting this down.
Iggy, come here, Iggy. Got something for ya.
Got a nice little Loriquat.
Here, Iggy, Iggy, Iggy.
Nope. Alright, I have to talk to somebody first before he'll respond. That's cool. Alright. Right. Sorry. Forgot. I have to pull that to leave. That does explain why his room is so much smaller than Renee's. Though. Because, like, when I walked into Renee's room, I was like, geez, Bruno would be the master of the house. Why is his room so much smaller? Because it was connected to something else. Okay. So, we actually are in the wrong room, is what I am. Okay. So, here's the thing. I'm in the wrong room. I need to go out to this room. Because the other thing I wanted to do was, here we go. We need Tammy Tasselman's name on this thing. Tammy Tasselman?
That looks like the right name.
Yes. Okay. So, from there, now that we have Tammy Tasselman's name, now we should be able to go to Terra Siesta and take a look for Tammy Tasselman's grave. I have done this 6 times already. But because I didn't write down Tammy's name, it wouldn't let me actually do a thing. Now, it should let me actually do a thing. There we go. Okay. So, we want to go straight here to this side and up to that side. Now we can take a look. Tammy Tasselman couldn't sleep without a peep, so when we died, we buried her deep. Okay, Nan, did you write that down, or do I have to? Okay, no. Alright, so when she died, we buried her deep. There we go. Get very familiar with this. We're going to do a lot. Alright. So, I'm going to guess that has something to do with snoring. Something loud. Just looking through the names. Maris Alba. Jada Megan Jones. I'm looking for something like snoring or something loud. The only thing I've seen so far is bass, because that could be considered bass. But I doubt it. Winter, spring. Rock? As in rock music? Doubtful. Unless we're going for deep instead of loud, right? Because I'm going for loud, but like we could be going for down as in kneel down? As in down deep? No, that can't be it. Kneel down sounds like it's something completely different. So maybe we're looking for something like Underton or something? Van Wilson? No. Well, 'cause it said that she couldn't sleep, right? Van Wilson?
That can't be right.
Okay. Let's try kneel down.
That can't be right.
No. Okay. But we're definitely looking for something that is a play on words, right? Wilson v. McSlun. Cody Freeman. Because, like, we're looking for something like kneel down, I think. That's definitely a weird name. Now I'm just flipping through the beginning. Alright, so Godevez, Larry Michael Hadass, Inglewise Connor, Bronson Yole, Ezra Barnaby, J. Herbert Enschel, Zed Benton, Fraser Modest, Robert Daniel Just, Sheldon T. Eisler? No. Fernando Pedro Musso, Morin Esmond, Leviroy? No, that's not one. Cassian Raul Martinez, Armando Cyril, Josiah Black, Ricky Collin, Garrett Jinsey, Owen Moore. Owen Moore. That's another one that I'm gonna bet is in here somewhere, because that sounds like it's definitely I'm actually going to come over here and I'm gonna write down Owen Moore and kneel down, because those two are definitely like names, right? Owen Moore, kneel down, those are definitely it. Toretto Darian, Cloud Nimbus. Ha! Cloud Nimbus. Science joke! Ha! Not what we're looking for, but a science joke. Sid Winston, Joel Tyrone, Griffin Herschel, Quincy Nicholas, Patrick Maurice Biderback, Val Hansel, Dorian Moe, no. Frederick Randolph Rudolph, Felix Tabledo Hernandez, Richard James Linsford, Polyester Givens. That's definitely a thing, right? Polyester Givens. That's definitely a thing, right? Because that sounds like polyester. Tarek Edmonds, Desiree Logren, Patrick Logan. Ooh, same day even. 2 different places though. Weird. Jerome J. Winsford, Eric Hans Polino, Zach Robert Urbane, Damian Yankel, Russell Zed, Jamie Manny, Gidley Melville, no, Greg Teodell, Alfred Bruno, we don't talk about him, Evander Tristan, Edgar Grossevender, Constance Noring. I got it. We're looking for Constance Noring. Founder, Constance Noring, is what we're looking for. Constance Noring.
This name doesn't fit the clue.
I misspelled it. It's definitely what we're looking for. I just misspelled it. C-O-N-T. C-O-N-S-T. A-N-C. C-O-N. Okay, I gotta... Spelling is not my strong suit. Bear with me for a second. C-O-N-S-T-A-N-C-E-N-O-R-R-I-N-G. See, I told you, spelling is not my strong suit. This name absolutely fits the clue, Nan. Constance Noring.
That's gotta be it.
Yep. Okay. Constance Noring is in Crowling Crypts. She is in Crowling Crypts. We're going to want to know where the other guys, because, like, the rest of these are definitely also guys, right? Owen Moore is definitely somebody, right? He's in Sorrow Park. He's in Sorrow Park. Neil Down and Esther Givens are the other ones that I flagged as, oh, those are definitely a thing, right? So, is Neil Down a little bit further up? No, I think he's back here. I know Polyester Givens is 40 Winks. 40 Winks. The Mausoleum. Okay. I'm going to take a look through here and we'll see if we come up with anybody else that reads as, oh, that's definitely a thing, right? Because we have Constance Noring, Lansford Driscoll, Sandy Nur, Jared Fitzroy, Dale Boris Sirlig, Antonio D. Cyber, Kirk G. Kirkpatrick, Gilbert Boledo, Lorenzo Felix, Claude Yekov, Dexter Narzi, Shalaquai Risco, Alvi Radcliffe, Ozzy Eustace, Vivian Hayden. Close, but I don't think so. I think, well, Hayden maybe, not Hayden. Vivian Hayden. Wilson V. McLaws, Austin P. Kennedy, Cody Freeman, no. J.T. Rizoy, Robert Van Merkel, Damian Drummond, Dirk Lincoln, Ulysses Tennyson, Walt Sykes, Turk Travelin, Bart Clyde, Jared Clayton, Tyler Clark, Bud Travers, Leslie Red, Caesar Percy, Denver Frazier, Fernando Pablo, Garfoldo Sid, Franzik August, London Darby Fletcher, Edwin Sherlock Lovell, Bryman Chucko Ronan, Sheslaw Paxton, Autumn Paxton, different days, Doug Coral, Oliver Shaw, Charlie Wicker, Bart Stevens, Derek Grant, Michael Stevens, brothers probably, Van Wilson, Bardick, Daryl Wilson, then Van Wilson, Bardick Wilson, and Daryl Wilson. That's nice. Daniel Wilson, Steve Smith, Wade Smith, Gar Smith, Peter Thomas, Sanchez Pablo, Innocent Frazier, Jamie Phillips, Buck Murray, Samson Fernand, Sparrow Woodrow, Dishel Codman, Danny Errol, Felix Octavio. Yeah, Neil Down we needed. Norris Stedfin, Gabriel Rock. Just in Time is another one, right? Just in Time is another one. Neil Down is in Crowing Crypts. Just in Time is definitely another one. You're in Sorrow Park. Okay. Cool. Just in Time is definitely another one. Sammy Lewell, Ricardo Corwell, Loop Gilbert, Kirk Wilson, Hale Lacey, Curio Nevada, Bernard Chase, Cara Donald, Annie Franny, Neil Down, and Jessica Kwan. What else do we got? Madeline Adelaide, Idona Madison, Katie Listia, Tegan Alberta, Manny Kin. That's definitely another one, right? Manny Kin. You are in Withering Roots. Withering Roots. I misspelled that, but that's okay. So Manny Kin is definitely another one. Abigail Elise, Susie Yasina, Veronica Wilson, Rafaela Marilyn, Jacqueline, Rose Winterspring. Oh, I feel like that was one of them. It doesn't sound like it is, but I feel like it was. So I'm gonna write her down. She's in Slumbering Gardens. Okay. I feel like she was Laura Suera, Belinda Colton, Giska, Linda Margarita, Carmen Smith, Lexine Ernesta, Mariana Harriet, Lucy Brown, Franskaya Melina, Ludo Chris. Luda Chris. Sounds like another one. Luda Chris. I mean, that one could just be in for fun. This is in Seeping Meadow. Yes? Luda Chris. Seeping Meadow. Yes. Okay. Alright. But that definitely sounds like it would be one. Maria Maines, Connie Chuckle, Judette Penn, Visit Sunday. That sounds like it could be another one. Zivit Sunday. I'm just gonna put it down. I don't think it is. But I am going to put it down as a possible. You are in Slumber Gardens as well. Okay. Zivit Sunday. Lucille Christie, Trix Kingsley. Mananza Celestia. Madame Melina Hana. Dolly Ray Dirt Geyser. I don't think that's it. Betty Brancher, Diane Evelyn. Nikki Gwendolyn, Isabel Justine, Darian Eula. Trisha Pia, Daniela Alberta, Ukulele. That's gotta be one, right? Ukulele. In Crowing Crypts. That's gotta be another one, right? Ukulele. Linway Lalange, Debbie Lolita, Sal Zoe, Geraldine Kimberly, Josie Lilac, Cass Elizabeth, Jonathan Bass, Almira Dallas, Regan Earlin, Jean Paris, Lois Keeley, Meryl Ara, Missy Felicia, Renee Carlson, Isabella Eloise Tillman, Pia Delphine, Tisha Clara Winslow, Zuwanda Pon, I feel like that might be You Wanted a Pun. I don't know if that's gonna be in it or not, but we might want to write down Zuwanda Pun, right? Zuwanda Zuan the pun in Sorrow Park. That sounds less like it's going to be on the hunt and more like one of the devs snuck it in to be cheeky. But I'm going to write it down anyway. Jada Megan Jones, Emily Corrine Jones, Nora Buke, Jean Lucinda, Tanya Queen, Josette Marguerite, Maureen Jocelyn, Hilary Sharon Bush, Jolene Stelfy, Baiju Zoreda Savannah Damonta, Derlita Lazy Swartz, Lauren Lotus, it doesn't sound right, Harvadi Lola Mondave. Jeez, how many pages are there? Come on. Mars Alba, Barbara Carolyn Merrill, Caridad Florence, Toya Wilson, Casey Maureen, Aura B. Antonia, no, it's not one, Christine Deirdre, Jean Addie Thomas, Amanda Jaya, Mirabelle Hyacinthia? No. Jose Christie, Ashawera Naeem, Squaitzel, Pipayok Rain. Okay, there we go. We're at the end. Piajonte Aline, Julia Christia Jones, Letslava Katzin, Daniela Julia, Banjana Laberta. Okay, no, nobody else. And then we start with Tammy Tasselin. Okay, so nobody else, but we do need to go to Corralling Crypts for Constance Noring. Now, do I know where Crowling Crypts is? Nope, not a clue. But we're going to go anyway. Okay. Because I am not going to keep running back between the house and the book. We should have everything we need here. Crowling Crypts, perfect. Constant snoring. Never early, never late. That's got to be just in time, right? So what we're looking for here is just in time.
That looks like the right name.
Okay, so for just in time, we're going to Sorrow Park. Do I know where Sorrow Park is? Absolutely not, but we're going to find it eventually. It's only a matter of time until we find it. This is Slumbering Gardens. I'd rather just wander around here aimlessly. Here we go, Sorrow Park. Then have to go running back. All dressed up with no place to go. Mannequin. Mannequin.
That can't be right.
Okay, no, not mannequin. All dressed up, no place to go. We have constant snoring, which we've already used. It's not Owen Moore, right? Because that's got to be debt related. I don't think it's Kneel Down. Polyester Gibbons? Esther Gibbons?
That can't be right.
No. Okay. We know it's not just in time. I really feel like it should be Mannequin, right? Because that's mannequin. Rose Winter Spring. We can try Luda Chris.
That can't be right.
Okay. I can try Zivit Sunday.
This name doesn't fit the clue.
No. It's definitely not ukulele, and I don't think it's Uwanda Pun. It's gotta be mannequin, right?
That doesn't make sense.
But she says that doesn't make sense. Am I misspelling the name? Ugh, I wanted to avoid this so badly, but here we are. I mean, at least I got some of them. Am I misspelling the name? Because it's gotta be mannequin, right? All dressed up, no place to go. That's mannequin. Am I just misspelling it? Looking for mannequin. Anybody shout out if you see a mannequin. Here we go. Oh! Yeah, I am. There's a second N on kin. That'll do it. That will do it every time. Okay, yep, there we go. I was messing it up. That is on me. Manny
There.
Kin.
I'm no dummy.
With a second N. I mean, she says I'm no dummy, but I literally just misspelled a name. So, I mean... Am I not a dummy, Nan? Am I not? Like, that was literally the easiest thing ever. I just misspelled a name. Oh, you're not that dumb. Aw, thanks. Alright, let's go here. What do we got? Let's try up this way. This is Crowling Crypts. Let's try down this way. This is 40 Winks Mausoleum. We are looking for Withering Roots. This way. That is Sorrow Park. This way. That overlooks the entire gravesite. That's delightful. That's Sleeping Meadow. Okay. Let's try this way then. Withering Roots. Found it. Mannequin. Died and dead. That is absolutely Owen Moore. Owen Moore.
That looks like the right name.
Yeah, we getting there. Alright, so Owen Moore is in Sorrow Park. So let's go find Sorrow Park. I feel like we just saw it, which is very possible, considering how crazy we've been going through here. That's Crowling Crypts. That's 40 Wings. That's just a wall. That's Withering Roots. There we go. Sorrow Park. A stand-up person. So, it's not constant snoring, Owen Moore. Kneel down. We can try it. Kneel down.
Let's hope Neil is lying down
Okay.
right now.
Kneel down in Crowling Crypts. Okay, I can do that. As soon as we find Crawling Crypts. Which I think was... Nancy has got to be soaked to the bone by now, right? This way? Crawling Crypts. Okay. All that's left of me are these old bones. It's not Polyester Gibbons. It's not Mannequin. It's not Rose Winterspring. I don't know. All that's left of me... I feel like you on a pun down there is just for funsies. I don't think it's ludicrous. We could try Polyester Gibbons, but I feel like that's for fabric, so I don't think so. I can try Zivit Sunday, although I'm not sure that that's a thing. Zivit Sunday?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Nan. That really doesn't. Yucca lay.
That can't be right.
Yeah, I give you that, Nan. Swan. Wanda. Pun?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I get you. That doesn't make sense to me either. Polly. Esther. Gibbons.
This name doesn't fit the clue.
No, it doesn't. Okay. So we have Tammy, we have Constance, we have Justin, Owen. So we've used Constance, Owen, Neil, Justin, Manny, Rose Winterspring?
This name doesn't fit the clue.
You're right, because winter, spring is one word.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. It still didn't. We could try Luda. Chris.
That can't be right.
Yeah, okay. So this is somebody that's not on my list. That being the case. This is obviously somebody who is not on my list. Which, I am not going to lie, frustrates because I thought I went through that list pretty thoroughly. And nope. Give me 1 second here. Thank you. Yes, we know how to follow it. Okay. Here we go. This guy. Alright, so it's supposed to be on 86. Okay, well, let's go back. We go back to the book. I was hoping not to have to go back to the book, but we go back to the book. Look, I was trying to avoid going, because you're supposed to go back and forth and 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 back and forth. So far, I've only had to do this like 2 or 3 times. which is way less than they wanted me to do. 85, 86. So Carmen Smith, Lexine Ernesta, Mariana Harriet, Nancy Brown, Francesca Merlinda, Ludacris, Myra Maines. Can't believe I missed that one. My remains. Ugh. I missed that one. Naira. Let me make sure I spell it right. Maines. My remains. She's in Terra Siesta. Terra Siesta. Okay. My remains. I can't believe I missed that one. Alright. Connie Chuckle. Yeah, nobody else here. I missed my remains. I'm fine with this. This does not frustrate. Alright. Back out we go. Nancy must be absolutely drenched at this point. Like, she is wandering through this absolute maelstrom. Myra Maines.
Bingo.
Ugh. Alright, back over to Terra Siesta. I went the wrong way. That's fine. Where's Terra Siesta again? Up. No. Up here, I think. Yeah, here we go. Terra Siesta, over this way. Bloom too late, prune too early. This has got to be Rose Winter Spring, right? Bloomed too late, so bloomed in winter, pruned too early in spring. Okay, so Rose Winter Spring.
Smells right to me.
Okay. She's over in Slumbering Gardens, which is right here. She would have given you the shirt off her back. Well, that sounds like Polly Esther Givens.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't? Did I misspell it? I think I put down Polly Easter Givens. Alright. Do me a favor, spell check. How do I respell Esther? Is that Easter or Esther? I don't know. Esther? Is that Esther? Alright. Esther Givens?
Hopefully this
Okay.
will givens me a clue.
Polly Esther Givens. She is over in 40 Winks Mausoleum, which I have run into a dozen times while walking around here, but do I know where it is off the top of my head? Not at all. And it also looks like she is the last one, unless we're going to do a two-parter here. Sorrow Park. Okay. Sleeping Meadow. Let's go down this way. What was this way? This was Withering Roots. What was this way? We've been down there. Okay. This is Crawling Crypts. It is. What about over here? 40 wings. Got it. Same as my dog at 10, moved from his grave and buried again. Ooh. Okay, so we need to know the name of Bruno's dog when he was 10. Hi. Question for you. Do you know the name of your uncle's dog?
Yes?
Do you by any chance know the name of Bruno's dog?
Mine is
He had a
Canine.
dog? That's news to me. In other words, no, I sure don't.
Alright, thank
I'll
you.
let you get back to work.
Awesome.
Okay. Can I go now? Thank you. Cool, what about
Hello
you?
again.
Did Dr. Bolet by any chance ever mention the name of his dog to you?
Well, now, seems to me he did say he had a dog once, way back when he was a young'un. But when it comes to its name, I'm afraid I'm no help at all.
Alright,
you
fair
later.
enough.
Fare thee well.
That is kind of a weird one, although to be fair, I still remember all the names of my dogs. Including Ruffles. We couldn't bring her with us when we moved. She was too old. So, we left Ruffles behind when I was 5. 4 or 5, one of those. But I can still name every dog I've had. Including Ruffles. Alright, so let's see if we can call Dr. Buford and see what he's got to say. Maybe he knows the name of the dog, yeah?
This is Dr. Gilbert Buford's answering service. How may I help you?
I need to talk to Dr. Buford. Could you maybe give me a number where I can reach him?
No, ma'am, I cannot. Is this an
Ooh.
emergency?
Sort of. I mean, it's not a medical emergency. See, I'm only going to be in town for a short time, and Dr. Buford and I have this mutual friend who died recently, and I just really need to talk to him about it.
Need some consoling, huh?
Yes,
Yes.
I need some consoling. That's it exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, tell you what. It's against the rules to give you his phone number, but I can tell you that now that he's all but retired, Dr. Buford spends most of his evenings at his favorite gumbo stand down in the French Quarter. If you really need to talk to him, you can probably find him there.
Great. Do you know the address?
It's at the corner of Rampart and Domain.
Did you say Rampart and Domain?
Yep.
I did indeed. Granny Pumpkin's Cajun cooking. They make some darn fine gumbo.
Well, alright then.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and I'm truly sorry about your loss.
My loss?
That
Yes.
mutual friend of yours and Dr. Buford's?
Oh, right. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Bye.
Alright, let's call Bess, shall we? Sorry if my model's acting a little wonky. This is the one day where I decided to be lazy and not put up my
Hello.
backlighting.
Hi, Bess. It's
Ugh.
me.
So what's been happening? Tell me everything.
Well, let's see. Since the last time we talked...
I've done a lot of puzzle solving. Well, why is
Interesting
Nancy
stuff.
the only
But the
one
reason
in
I called is,
Bess's
I need
contacts?
you to talk to this doctor named Gilbert Buford, who, as it turns out, likes to hang out at a gumbo stand called Granny Pumpkin's Cajun Cookin', which should be right across from our hotel.
You just want me to talk to him?
Yeah.
That's it? Nothing nefarious? No black ops stuff?
He was
Oh,
Bruno
I'm not
Bolet's
Black
doctor,
Ops.
and apparently his best friend, too. I just need for you to see if he thinks there was anything weird about the way Bruno died.
What do you mean by weird?
I mean, I kind of think maybe Bruno was murdered.
Murdered? By whom?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Everyone's a suspect at this point.
Fair enough.
Including this Gilbert Buford guy?
Well,
Great, I'm gonna be chatting up Jack the Ripper.
oh, I'm sure the guy's fine, but be subtle, just in case.
Well, I can see the gumbo stand from our balcony. If he's the guy that's sitting down there, I guess he looks harmless. Okay, I'll go talk to him.
Thanks, Bess. Let me know what happens.
Cheerio.
Yay!
Why, hello, young lady.
Hello.
How kind of you to grace an old man with your lovely presence.
Oh, you're one of those old guys, aren't you? Ooh, that's awkward. Hang on one second. I should probably set up my backlighting because my model do be glitching out again. It's also running incredibly slow today. Which is weird. Okay. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm not going to give you the break video. This isn't going to take me that long. I just have to move a lamp and turn it on. Okay, hopefully that helps out a bit more. Makes her a bit more responsive. See, one of the days when I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be lazy. I don't think I need my model. Ugh. I don't need to set up my model backlighting. Let's just start stream. And she behaves like this, honestly.
Are you Dr. Gilbert Buford?
I'm delighted to report that I am indeed.
Ugh. You're one of those guys, aren't you? Oh, they're so awkward. Your answering service said I'd probably find you here, or do you mind if I join you? Let's not lead him on.
Your answering service said I'd probably find you here.
This here is my favorite spot in the whole city. Delicious gumbo, pleasing view, particularly now, I might add.
Oh.
My name's Bess Marvin.
No,
I'd like
Bess,
to ask you
don't
some
giggle.
questions about Bruno Bollet, if that's okay.
I'd prefer subject matter of a happier nature, but I do not want to seem inhospitable, so what is it you want to know?
Is it true that he was your best friend, or is there any doubt in your mind about how he died? Both of these are pretty harsh openers. Was he your best buddy, or were you lying to him? Or do you have any doubts about how he died? Yeah, these are both kind of harsh openers. Ugh. I'm not looking and I'm gonna bounce around and get way off track. And we're gonna say this one. Okay, top one.
Is it true that Dr. Bollet was your best friend?
Well, now, I was certainly his best friend, but I cannot honestly say that he was mine. Fact is, while socializing with my fellow man, particularly with pretty young women such as yourself, has always been a source of pleasure for me. Bruno was just the opposite. Unfortunately, the older he got, the more numerous his idiosyncrasies became, and the less concern about their negative effect upon others he became.
I mean, like, generally old gentlemen like this don't actually have any intentions. They just like to flirt. The thing is that it's just so awkward. Because they're like, ooh, let me flirt with you, you young little thing. And I go, oh, you're old enough to be my grandfather. Ew. I'm sorry. I know you mean well. I know you're just trying to, like, be sweet and compliment me and whatever, but also, ew. You're old enough to be my grandpa. Please stop. It's creepy. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's creepy.
His idiosyncrasies didn't bother you?
Now, as a doctor of medicine, I am not only accustomed to dealing with the abnormal,
Fair.
but I find that I'm actually drawn
Oh, hey,
to it.
Kerbal. I know,
I, for
right?
one, thoroughly enjoyed Bruno's outlandish personality. Although, at the same time, I fear it may have played a role in his demise. You see, he died of a myocardial infarction, most likely caused by age-related atherosclerosis. Dying of a heart attack is all too common for people who are socially isolated.
Oh, that's
and
a
Bruno
stereotype.
Bolet had most certainly become that.
No, gonna say no on that. Gonna say no on that. But, I mean, like, the thing is, like, the older guys who like to flirt, they don't generally mean any harm by it, but it's just, it comes off kind of, oh, please stop. Oh, please stop. No, 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 no. But also, this is, oh, well, people who are socially isolated tend to die of heart attacks when they get old. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like a gross oversimplification. I mean, speaking as somebody who is socially isolated, shall we say, because I don't really get out much. It's just me and my husband. That's about it. That's all I care about. I'm an introvert. I know. Shocker. Who would have thought a VTuber on the internet is an introvert? But I'm an introvert, so I don't get out a whole lot. But I am also very likely to die of a heart condition because my family has a genetic heart condition that kills by the age of 55 usually. And in case you were wondering, yes, I am somewhere in my 40s. So, looking forward to that in a couple years. But, but it's not because I'm socially isolated. It's because I have a heart condition or my family is genetically predisposed to have a specific heart condition, as well as a lot of other health issues, you know, diabetes, all sorts of stuff. We have cancer. Everything runs in the family. Yeah, we have, what's it called again? Hypertensive cardiomyopathy runs in my family. It killed my father. He was 55. He lived a good long life for somebody with this. Basically, it's just the walls of your heart thicken as you get older, which makes it harder for the heart to pump blood. So it helps if you have good cardio, which is what I have been working on for the last couple of years, is getting my cardio up before it becomes a serious problem. But the older I get, the more the walls of my heart are going to thicken. It's going to make it harder to pump blood. It's delightful. More than likely, anyway, there is a 2 in 3 chance that I get it because my father had it, and he had 3 daughters, one of which we already know is in the clear. So, yay! Anyway, I don't talk about it too much. It makes my husband very nervous to think about, so try to avoid talking about it. But anyway, dying of a heart attack's all too common. Yeah, I hear you're a member of the Jolly Rogers. Is that true? Did Dr. Belay ever say anything to you about owning a crystal skull? Ooh, we got a lot. All right.
Did they do an autopsy on
Start
Dr.
from the
Belay?
top and work our way down.
No. Given Bruno's advanced age and the absence of any indication of foul play, an autopsy was deemed unnecessary, and the body was cremated according to Bruno's wishes.
I hear that you're a member of the Jolly Rogers crew. Is that true?
Perhaps I am, perhaps I am not. I'm sure someone as charming and attractive as yourself has her share of secrets, too. Am I right?
Be that as it may, just what is a crew?
Crews are organizations whose primary purpose is to put on parades during Mardi Gras. They also put on fabulous parties. Very private parties. Members only. Some consider crews to be private clubs. Secret societies is a term others have used. However,
delightful.
back in the 1990s, the city decided not to issue the Jolly Rogers any more parade permits. Unless they opened their crew to pretty much anyone who wanted to join. So, refusing to be blackmailed, they chose instead to simply not put on parades anymore. As far as the city is concerned, the Jolly Rogers no longer exist.
Are you saying they still do exist?
Are you saying the Jolly Rogers do still exist?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Ooh. Dr. Bolet's housekeeper says you just happened to walk in when he was having a heart attack? Or did he ever say anything to... Let's leave the crystal skull.
Dr. Bolet's housekeeper says you just happened to walk
happened
in
to be
just
there?
as he was having his heart attack. Is that true?
Indeed it is.
Scandalous.
I hadn't seen him for a while, so I picked that day to pay him a visit.
Really?
I walked up to the front door, found it unlocked as usual.
Which is a
opened
really
it,
bad... Okay.
And there he was, lying on the floor in obvious distress.
Very
the next
bad
thing
practice.
I know, his housekeeper came running in and started shrieking and carrying on until finally I sent her out of the room so she could summon an ambulance and I could once again hear myself think.
That's slightly different.
Well, let's see. Then I knelt down and saw that he wasn't breathing. So I pulled him away from the doorway so I'd have more room to work on him and began chest compressions. I continued until the medics arrived, but nothing they did made a difference either.
That's slightly different than the version she told us, isn't it? Because she said she watched him fall over. And then the door opened. So she said, like, she watched him fall over. She was, like, checking him for a pulse or whatever. And then the doctor walked in, took one look at him, told her to call 911, and started compressions. So that's slightly different than her version. Because his version was he walked in and there was nobody else there, just Dr. Bolet on the floor. And then she walked in and started screaming and carrying on and going nuts. There is a slight discrepancy there. So, who's telling the truth and who's telling the lie? Was he there first or was she? Was he unconscious?
Was
the whole
Dr.
time?
Bolet unconscious the whole time?
Yes, he was.
Can you remember anything that might indicate what he was doing by the front door? I mean, had he just come in from a walk? Was he wearing a hat? Was he holding anything? Had he dropped something? An umbrella? Sunglasses?
Wait a minute. Why, yes, he was holding something. A piece of paper. And on the floor next to him was an envelope. He must have collapsed while reading a letter.
Well, now, that's interesting. So we now know what he was doing by the front door, right? He was reading a letter. Do you know what happened to the letter? Do you remember anything else? Both are really good. Eeny, meeny, chili, beanie. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna... This one. Bottom one it is.
Do you remember anything else?
Believe me, young lady, it's quite miraculous that I've remembered this much. Now, I know the letter was no longer in Bruno's hand when the paramedics arrived, so perhaps he released the letter when I moved him. And yet, I do not recall seeing it on the floor when they wheeled him out the door. Iggy.
What's icky?
Iggy. Iggy is an iguana Bruno befriended, then turned loose in his home.
Really?
It soon developed the annoying habit of stealing paper and stockpiling it in the vent system.
Yeah, that would be annoying. How many times would you have to get your vents cleaned out? Ooh. I mean, my sister had a military macaw that, like, legitimately destroyed the chair rail behind its cage that and my father had to basically mold a new one out of wood putty. But ooh, you'd have to have your vents cleaned on like a regular basis. Otherwise, you could end up with, I mean, at minimum, your airflow is going to be horrific. At maximum, when the heat kicks on, you might end up with a house fire. Fun fact, if you own a house, you also have to clean out your dryer vent on a regular basis, or you could also end up with a house fire. We do ours once a year. But yeah, like, dryer lint is super flammable. So the slightest bit of heat can set it off. So are you saying an iguana made off with a letter Bruno was reading? Or do you think that Iggy while you were tending him? Did you see Iggy while you were tending him that day? Huh. You're saying Bruno made off with a letter?
Are you saying an iguana made off with the letter Bruno had been reading?
It would not have been the first time a missing document ended up in Iggy's possession. Renee would periodically call me saying the lizard had absconded with one of Bruno's prescriptions, and would I please write her up a replacement. In any case, Bruno once told me he was training Iggy. Said he taught Iggy to retrieve the things it had stolen.
How? Did Dr. Boulay say anything to you about owning a crystal skull? I want to leave that. Is it possible that Renee caused Dr. Boulay's death by hoarding pills? Yeah, that's a good question though, Bess. Because if she's constantly calling being like, oh, Bruno's misplaced another prescription, could I get more? She could absolutely be hoarding pills and just use them to OD him, right? That's a legitimate.
Do you think it's possible that Renee caused
Good
Dr. Boulez's
deduction,
death by,
Bess.
say, hoarding the pills from those missing prescriptions and giving them to him all at once?
No. Had he died of an overdose of the medications I had prescribed, the manner of his death would have been quite different. But he died of a heart attack. Of that, I am certain.
All right,
However,
fair enough.
I know for a fact that Renee is deeply involved in the practice of hoodoo.
Ooh.
And as Bruno's housekeeper, she had ample opportunity to use it against my poor old friend.
Okay, we're going into this territory.
You mean hoodoo really works?
Depends.
Young lady, never, ever underestimate the power of suggestion.
Fair enough.
If a person believes in something, even on a subconscious level, fantasy can easily become fact.
True.
And who knows what rubbish Renee filled Bruno's mind with. Drink this, don't eat that. This brings good luck, that brings bad, day in and day out.
Okay.
Even if he said he didn't believe a word of it, who knows how much his subconscious was absorbing. He was very old and vulnerable. So could Renee have caused Bruno to have that fatal heart attack? There's not a doubt in my mind she could indeed.
Ooh. Dr. Boulay spreading some suspicion round, eh? It could definitely have been Renee. I did not mean for all of that to rhyme, but it did, and I am okay with this. Also, why is my model behaving like a psychopath? I super don't appreciate that. Stop it. Okay. Hopefully that fixes the whole the eyes are closed thing. Okay. So.
Did Dr. Boulay ever say anything to you about owning a crystal skull?
It's crazy,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
In fact,
did
he
he?
showed it to me once. Said
Did
it had
he?
magical powers. Said owning it was going to allow him to live forever. I thought it was utter nonsense.
mean,
and
that's
told
fair.
him so. Well, he didn't appreciate that at all. Refused to talk to me for a full 2 weeks.
Huh. I never understand why so many people have this fascination with I'm going to live forever and be immortal. That sounds really lonely when you think about it. You're going to outlive all your family, all your friends. It sounds so lonely. And I'm a person that I don't carry a whole lot of friends, but I don't want to outlive my husband. I don't want to outlive my nephews, my niece, my buds. Yes, I do have a couple of friends. I still talk to Lily and Sunshine every once in a while, even though we're not in the same states anymore. But, like, I don't want to outlive all those people. That'd be horrible. Anyway.
Do you have any idea where he kept it?
No. He was terrified that someone would steal it from him, so he told no one its location.
Ooh.
Not even me. Tell me, Miss
So
Beck,
interesting.
what do you know about that crystal skull?
This friend of mine, who is also a friend of Henry Bolet, you know, Dr. Bolet's great nephew.
Yeah,
Anyway, while she was
a long
visiting
way.
Henry, she saw this book in Bruno's library about the legendary crystal skulls and was kind of intrigued and thought that since Henry said that you were pretty much Bruno's only friend, maybe Bruno had said something to you about it, and as it turns out, he had. That's all I know.
Right?
I
Yeah,
see.
I agree with that.
Well, much as I'd like to believe that skull holds the key to immortality, I'm afraid Bruno's passing proves it's worthless. Although it would make an attractive paperweight, as I recall. Tell your friend not to give it another thought.
Yeah. No. Well, see, here's the other interesting thing about this, mystery-wise here, right? He showed Dr. Bolet the skull. I can understand him not showing or telling Henry about it, right? Great nephew or not, raised him or not. He shoved Henry from boarding school to military school to whatever, just to kind of keep Henry out of the way because he was no good with raising kids. But here's the thing. When we asked Renee about the skull, Renee denied everything. She said, nope, never heard of it, darling. That's just strange. Nope, no crystal skulls here. You know, she says she didn't know anything about it. So, is it possible that he would have told Bolet and not Renee? I mean, I guess Bolet was his best bud. So I suppose it's possible that he told Bolet and not Renee because she was his housekeeper. But I would think she'd be like super close with him, right? I would think like he didn't hold a whole lot of people close. We know that. He was an introvert, didn't have a whole lot of socialization. So basically from what we know, Dr. Bolet and Renee was it for close friends. And he did show Dr. Bolet. So why wouldn't he have shown Renee? Unless, of course, he either didn't trust her or she's lying. And he did tell her about it. Huh. Interesting.
I'll let you get back to your gumbo.
It's been a pleasure, I assure you.
And somebody like Renee would absolutely believe, right? Somebody like Renee
Did
would
that.
absolutely
Done.
believe in that.
I can check that off.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything there. All right. So I guess since we're all done with our checklist here, we call Nancy. And turn it back over. Oh, there was that picture in the back room.
Hello? Bess here. Oops. Looks like Dr. Buford decided he's had enough gumbo.
He's not at Granny Pumpkin's anymore?
Nope. But here's what else I've learned since I talked to you last.
Okay, we still don't know the name of the dog, though. Ooh.
And that's all she wrote.
Excellent. Thanks for the report.
Thank you.
Stay in touch. See ya.
Yeah, stay in touch, because we're, you know, in the same city. It's not like we're on vacation together or anything. Don't forget to call. Seriously, Nancy is just like the absolute worst
Well done.
friend / girlfriend. Like, she rarely ever calls Ned, especially in the later games. Oh my goodness. In the later games,
I haven't
she
done
is
that.
so freaking mean to Ned.
I haven't done that.
I think it's the one in Nova Scotia, Ransom of the Seven Ships. I don't think I have that one, by the way. I lost it somehow, but that's fine. Right? Where he's like, he calls because he's like, hey, I'm ready for that really special date that I've been planning for you for like 6 months. And she's like, oh yeah, whoops, lol, forgot to tell you, I'm in Nova Scotia. And it's like, I'm sorry, you're what? Yeah, last minute trip, you know, mystery calls. And like, I totally get the vibe from that one that Ned was going to get ready to propose. Like, as that game goes on and like when she calls him and things and he's like, I need to tell you that I love you. And I'm like, oh, snap. That boy was going to propose, wasn't he? That boy had the ring. He'd planned out the perfect night for 6 months. He was gonna propose, wasn't he? And she just up and left him. Just like, oh yeah.
Check that off.
And then
yet.
she brings back a sword. Like, you can buy different gifts or whatever. And the best ending is she brought back a sword for him from Nova Scotia. Ooh. And I'm like, cool gift. But the dude was gonna propose. Oh, she is legitimately the worst. And then we have her here with Bess where she's just like, cool, I'm gonna make you do stuff that you don't want to do
Can't
just so
check
it
that
helps
off
me.
yet.
She's legitimately the worst friend.
Still have to do that.
And seriously, Ned just needs to dump her because she is also just the absolute worst girlfriend.
Did that.
Ned just needs to be dumping her.
All done.
Okay.
Still have to do that.
See if maybe I can lure Iggy out of the
Can't
vent
check
with the
that
Laura
off
Aquatic
yet.
pics.
Still have to do that.
Ask Bess to take another look at the old photo.
Did that. I haven't done that.
I have not asked her to take another look at the old photo, have I? Okay. Well, we're here. We'll go, since she says that we can now bribe Iggy out of the vent. Let's go see if we can bribe Iggy out of the vent now. Because I tried earlier and it didn't work because we needed the thing. Oh, Iggy!
Iggy! Oh, Iggy!
You named your iguana Iggy? Come on. Hey, buddy. What if we dress you up like, ooh, an optometrist? Yeah? Give you this. What if we dress you up? It's gotta go on here somewhere, right? There it is, there it is, there it is. Found it! Got him. Go, Iggy! Get stuff for me. Thank you. Iggy?
Here, Iggy, Iggy, Iggy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go get another Laura Quad, aren't I? Okay. Fine. Can I get more than one at a time, Nan? Or are you gonna make me get like one at a time? Is that gonna be a thing? I hate the Laura Quat minigame. Although, to be fair, I hate the Laura Quat because the first time I played this game, when I first got it, like way back in the early 2000s when it was brand new. When I first got it, I was playing on a laptop with a trackpad. And there are a lot of things that get a lot more interesting when all you have to work with is a trackpad. Like these mini games. These mini games get to be a lot more fun when all you have is a trackpad. Ow! Thank you, Nance. Okay, can we do another
I don't
one?
want to bug those wasps again unless I absolutely have to.
Oh, we're gonna be doing that. Because I think there's at least, yeah, mailman is one of them. We're going to have to do mailman. We're also going to have to do pirate, and we're going to have to do pirate, mailman, and we have to do the optometrist to get the eye. So we have to do this at least 3 times. I think we might also have to do clown, but I'm not sure. That might be an Easter egg. But like, there's a lot of them that I have to do. While you eat that, I'm just gonna grab you because, you know, nothing bad ever happens if you grab an animal while they're eating. Nothing bad ever happens. Ty? Yeah, that's a mailman, right? Go get it? Did I mess up? Yeah, clown does nothing. Oh, okay. Alright, so I messed it up. Okay, that's fine. I don't think police officer does anything either. But like, I know we're gonna need pirate, and I think I need a little pirate hat for that. Do I have the pirate hat? Before we leave, I should spin around and take a look. Do we have the pirate hat? I don't think so. Anyway. Yeah. Oh. That's not a police hat, is it? That's the mail hat. Oh, I thought that was a police hat. Look, it's been a couple years, okay? This one got put on the shelf after the first time or two. I tend to play the ones that I have digitally a little bit more often because, you know, it's easier. Especially nowadays, since the computers aren't equipped with CD drives. I actually have to plug in an external CD drive and dig up the CD. So I don't play these ones as often. I am going the exact wrong way, by the way. I have to go up here. This is much easier when you have an actual mouse and not a trackpad. I will say that. This is much easier with a mouse and not a trackpad. Oh, that was so difficult with a trackpad. I hated that one so much when I had the trackpad. Alright. Back in we go. I forgot the hat for the postman. And I get to do more weird random voices. It'll be so much fun. Oh, Iggy! I've got more fresh fruit for you.
Get it, Iggy.
Okay. Let's try this again. This is a postman's hat. I now know that. And then we got the bag. Oh, I feel so bad for our mailman. He actually has to walk around our street. It's so sad. Especially since our mailman, well, okay, our original mailman retired, but, ooh, hello. We get to read a letter. Dear Dr. Boley, I have completed my review of the data gleaned from the tests I ran last Tuesday on the crystalline replica of a human skull, which you and Miss Amanda brought in. Ooh! She said she didn't know anything about it. It says right here that she brought it in with him. What follows is the simple answer regarding its authenticity, which the two of you requested. My analysis showed that the skull, while made of remarkably pure crystal, was carved using modern instruments. In layman's terms, the skull is a fake. Again, thank you for allowing Milo Research and Technology to serve you. Sincerely, Chaz Milo. Ooh. So she lied. At least I think she lied. Look, I hadn't played this since yesterday. I'm pretty sure when we asked her about it, she was just like, oh no, I don't know nothing about it. But now we have concrete proof that she did. I also need the pirate hat, right? I don't think I can
Did
do
that?
the
I
pirate
haven't done that.
yet.
All done.
Maybe I should just go ahead and get another lower
Check.
quad anyway.
All done.
Mailman.
I haven't done that.
Check out the letter received. Da-da-da. Okay.
Still have to do that.
Yeah, I haven't asked Bess to look at that old photo. I need to. Let's go get another Loraquat first. And I'll check and see if there's anything left in his book that I need to solve. Oh, there is. I know what I need to solve, and it's actually fairly easy.
A librarian's tale. Something Bruno Bollet wrote in that Tired Eyes book mentioned the librarian's eye.
So a librarian's tale is 004, right?
Here we go.
Ooh.
A librarian's tale.
Ooh, we got a lock. Okay, let's take a look at his book. For a librarian's tale. A great keeper of books, it's true I am. Many a reader through me conspire on wondrous worlds that will never die. You could say it's magic, the librarian's eye. But to get such an eye, you must first take a look at the cards that keep track of every book. The title's the thing, edition's the hook. Oh, they want me to do addition. Oh boy. So we have to do addition. What, with everything that says I? Eye candy would be 4. 511. So we have 004 plus 511 plus 006 401 plus 006 plus 401. I'm guessing the thing is any book labeled with I. Right? Prudent Living, a memoir by Prudence Rutherford. Camel in the Needle's Eye. Is that one we've... Well, I don't have that number written down. So 608 10. So 608 10, and we have 04 written down, right? With eye candy. Okay, so we have 608 plus 01. Yeah, plus 010 plus 4. I don't think it really matters what they're in, but we're going to try and do it anyway. So I have 4, 115. Yeah, okay. Then it just looped. Okay. So, what say we grab a calculator? Because I am rubbish with numbers. And thank God my teachers in school were wrong, and everybody will always have a calculator permanently grafted on their hands for the rest of their lives. Hey, when I was in school, I got constantly told, oh, you're going to need to know how to do this because you're not going to have a calculator by your side one day. So I get 1540. They were wrong. So, if I'm right, 1540. Woo! Got it. All right, I am going to write that down for later. Because I might have had a cheat sheet for every single Nancy Drew game ever. And then I might have lost it. And by might have, I mean did. I made my own cheat sheet at one point, my own spreadsheet of every single Nancy Drew game puzzle ever, and I had a cheat sheet for them, and then I lost it. Okay, so that takes care of the librarian's tale, is the last one I think we needed to take care of.
Still have to do that.
Right? So
I haven't done that.
let's ask Bess. Ooh, we got a couple of them. Alright, so that's
I
Find
haven't
the
done that.
Eyes.
Did that.
Alright, we finished the book, more or less.
I haven't done that.
We haven't finished the study because we didn't do anything with the eye grid, but we're close. Alright, so let's call Bess then. Because the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need the pirate hat, which I don't remember where to
Still have
find
to do that.
And we're going to need to talk to Bess. We gotta talk to Bess about Bruno. No, that doesn't work. Oh well, I tried. Oh, Bess.
Hello?
Yes.
Bess, how you doing?
Great. I just took a nice, luxurious bubble bath and
That
I'm
was
ready
quick.
to boogie. When are you coming back here?
That's still kind of hard to say, but listen. Remember that old photo of a boy and his dog you said you saw in that box of stuff Henry sold to Lamont?
Yes.
Did it look like it was maybe taken in the 1920s?
That's exactly what it looked like. Why?
Ooh.
Because I need to find out the name of Bruno Bolet's dog. And if that boy was Bruno, then that was probably his dog. Was there any writing on the picture?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think it said Bruno.
That's all it said? Just Bruno?
No, it said Bruno but whatever came after and was hidden by the frame.
Ooh.
I really need to know the name of that dog.
Oh, no. No, you don't. No more snooping.
No,
Yes,
see, this
just
is what
get
I
into
mean.
that box again and see if the dog's name is on that picture. That's all I want you to do.
How? I can't just go waltzing into Lamont's back room.
And he's for sure as heck not
There
going
we
to fall
go.
for that
Okay.
sneeze contraption again.
There must be some other way you can distract him. Please, Bess.
Uh.
I can't tell you how important this is. You gotta do this for me. Please?
No.
Absolutely, unequivocally, for the last time, no. Ah, who am I kidding? We're not going to have any fun here until you solve this mystery, and since you can't do that until I do this... Okay, I'll sneak into the back room
Nancy
and
is
take another look at that
legitimately the
photo.
worst.
I mean, I will if I don't screw up.
Think positive, Bess. You're gonna do fine.
Alright, I'm positive I'm
You
going to
bet
screw
I
up.
am. In fact, I'm not going to call you again until I have seen that picture. I'm going in.
You go, girl.
Oh, come on, Nan. She is legitimately the worst.
Hey,
In all your journeys to the wonderful world of junk, have you ever come across the legendary crystal skulls?
In all your journeys through the wonderful world of junk, have you ever come across one of those legendary crystal skulls?
what makes you ask that?
You mean you have?
You mean you have?
No. I know the legend, of course, and I sure wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of those babies. I mean, I could sell it for a fortune. But no such luck. Funny. I've been thinking about those skulls lately. A lot.
Really? Hey, maybe we got some kind of psychic thing going here. Quick, think of a number between 1 and 10 and I'll try to guess it. You thinking of a number? Okay, 4.
9.
Darn. Guess it was just a coincidence.
Guess so.
Huh. So does he know, then, that Bolet had it? Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I mean, that would make sense, though, because it's... because the dude's name is Bruno. But to be fair, there was also a call out to Merida. But to be fair, this game was actually made probably, I want to say 10 years at least before the movie. But it would be funny because there was like a Merida in the Merida, I think her name, yeah, Merida. Mirabelle. No, her name was Mirabelle. And there was a Mirabelle in the book of people that were buried. So that's, I mean, it's a coincidence. It's a really big coincidence, but it is funny.
That gumbo stand outside? What do you think? Is it pretty authentic?
Outstanding. Just watch the hot sauce. Whatever's in it gives my stomach instant fits.
Oh, poor guy. He's got sinus issues and stomach trouble, and we're about to make it
You know,
so difficult.
I still feel guilty about that sneezing thing. So how about I go and get you a nice big bowl of gumbo?
Just so happens I'm starving, so hey, you got a deal.
Great. I'll be right back.
We are about to make your life heck on wheels, my dude. I am so sorry. Let's get him a bowl of gumbo.
Can I get a gumbo to go, please?
Enjoy.
Let's put that nice hot sauce on there. Hello? Hi!
Have my gumbo?
It
There you
is!
Enjoy.
And you don't notice the hot sauce at all.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're gonna have to excuse me.
You didn't notice on the first bite? That's either a really bad and kind of spoiled hot sauce. Thank you.
Uh-oh. I better
Great.
get out of here.
I'm trying. You won't let me move. Okay.
Grant? The dog's name was Grant?
That's what it
Yee.
said on the photo.
Are we... Okay, we're switching. We're switching. Give it a second. It'll load
Kind of a
in.
weird
There it
name for
is.
a dog, huh?
Yeah, well, Bruno Bollet was kind of a weird guy. Hey, thanks
I
a
don't
lot,
know. He
Bess.
named his
You've been a
iguana
huge
Iggy.
help.
I'll tell you, being sneaky takes a lot out of me. I'm exhausted.
I'm
I
sure you
still
can
don't
have a
know how
nice
I'll get
bubble
back
bath
there,
again.
So just kind of hang loose, okay?
Story of my life. Call me if you need me.
I will. Bye.
So, now that we know the dog's name, what are we doing? Oh, wait. No. Wrong button. This button. That's the button we wanted. What are we doing with it now that we know the name? It's been a couple years. So, yeah, like Nance is just like the absolute worst friend ever.
Still have to do that.
Alright, so that's the glass eyes. We haven't finished that. We now know the dog's name was Grant. What are we
All
doing
done.
yet? Okay. Check out the letter Iggy retrieved from the vents.
Still have to do that. I haven't done that. Can't check that off yet.
Oh. We're using it to finish up the scavenger hunt. Cool. What was the thing we found that it said? Oh, we also got to call this place, don't we? 8324, if it's not already in my phone. Authenticator. No, it's in my phone. Cool. Make my life easier, I'll tell you what. All right. What you got?
Yeah?
Is this Milo Research and Technology?
This is Chaz, Milo. Service forwarded your call to my cell.
Hi.
What do you want?
Are you all right?
I'm at the gym. On the treadmill. It's called multitasking.
Okay.
Well, about the letter you sent to Dr. Bollet, you know, where you told him the skull was a fake, I was just wondering...
I never told him that.
You
Never
what?
told him what?
I told him that skull was authentic.
Oh!
No, you said in the letter the skull was carved using modern instruments.
I said all the tests I ran proved the skull had been hand-carved and hand-polished. Probably took decades to make.
But the letter Dr. Bolet got said just the opposite.
Oh.
Then the letter he got must not have been the letter that I wrote.
Really?
Are you saying the crystal skull is real?
Hey, I'm not saying it's magic or anything. I'm just saying it wasn't made using 19th century, 20th century, or 21st century technology.
Really?
Did you carbon date it to see how old it was?
You can't
It was
carbon
pure
date
quartz.
crystals.
No carbon in quartz.
Yeah, you can't
No
carbon
carbon,
date crystal.
no carbon dating. Hey, look, I'm gonna hang up now. If I try to talk anymore, I'm gonna pass out.
That's your
One
fault
more
for taking a
question.
call on
Did you
the
send that letter saying the skull
treadmill.
was authentic to anyone else?
No, just Dr. Bolet. I heard he died recently. Good thing I billed him up front.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your help.
Huh. Okay, so from that we know two things. Number one, the letter was a fake. From the letter, we know that he and his housekeeper definitely took that skull in to have it authenticated together. Now here's the thing, right? If I have a housekeeper, why would I go get the mail myself? Why not let my housekeeper go get it? I don't like this, Renee. You left me an entire drawer full of chocolate, but you sounding real suspicious, girl.
Hello again.
So,
I think I found the letter that Dr. Bolet was reading when he had his fatal heart attack. Iggy the iguana had taken it.
oh,
Apparently, Dr. Bolet did have a crystal skull and believed possessing it would make him immortal.
so she lied to us.
So he had it tested, and the lab sent him its findings in this letter. Read the second paragraph.
My analysis showed that the skull, while made of remarkably pure crystal, was carved using modern instruments. In layman's terms, the skull is a fake.
My guess is Dr. Bolet believed in the skull so completely that when he read it was a fake, he was totally devastated, and his heart just stopped. But what
So
I
she
don't
did
quite
tell us.
understand is, why did you tell me you didn't know about
Yep,
the crystal
there it
skull
is.
when this letter indicates you did?
All right. Dr. Bolet told me about the skull. As you said, he believed with all his might owning that skull was the reason he was still going strong at 95. I lied to you because, well, for one thing, Dr. Bolet swore me to secrecy.
okay,
And for
fair
another,
enough.
he kept the skull hidden. And up until just this minute, I wanted to be the one who found it.
I feel like that is all quite true. But that does not take you off my suspect list. You have any idea where it's hidden? Well, I mean, if she wants to be the one who finds it, she ain't gonna tell me jack squat if she knows.
What made Dr. Bolet decide to have the skull authenticated?
Getting the skull tested was my idea.
All
When
right,
Dr.
then.
Bolet told me about it, I was skeptical and that troubled him.
Interesting.
So I helped him find a private laboratory where we could take it so any and all doubts would be dispelled once and for all. I certainly did not anticipate that the truth would result in his keeling over and dying like that. Well, now that I too know that the skull's a fake, I can stop fretting over its whereabouts. In fact, I should probably thank you and Iggy for setting me straight.
Uh-huh.
I'd better get going.
Fare thee well.
Uh-huh. Trading the word. Sorry. It's an old Newsboys song. Anyway, every time she says "fare thee well," I'm thinking Newsboys Tea and Sympathy. It just every time. Anyway, so interesting on that one, right? That is super interesting for her to bring all that up. Because first off, she denied knowing anything about it and says, well, he swore me to secrecy, dear. And I'm the kind of person that keeps my engagements, which is the whole reason why she said she was still here in the first place, because he paid me in advance. And I keep my commitments. And it's like, okay, fair, but a couple of things to take away from that. Number one, now that we know that she knew about the crystal skull, is she really still here because he paid me in advance? Or was she really still here because she wanted to find that skull before anyone else did? Or is she right and she's just here because she, like, the thing is that if she's here to find the skull and not because she was paid in advance, well then this whole thing of, well, I didn't tell you because he swore me to secrecy is also called into suspect, right? Because he did. You don't have to keep his secrets. But okay, fine. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that. But she did all but admit that she is still looking for that skull. Huh. Renee, I'm starting to think you might betray me. Which is sad because you have a drawer full of chocolate. Renee, I like you. Don't be the bad guy. Do me
All
that
done.
solid.
Still have to do that.
To finish right, we have to do the Grant. Somebody named Grant, right? Is what we need. Let me go to one side or the other. This'll work. I do not see a Grant. We are looking for a Grant. Honestly, I'm just skimming the first letters looking for a G. That's Geraldine. And because the whole thing was the name of my first dog, but he's been moved, right? I'm scanning the first names. Maybe I should be scanning the last names. Maybe that's a thing. Although I can't imagine not a single person with the name Grant died. That's weird. I have Garrett Quincy at 40 Winks. Okay, let's take a look at last names. Since we got all the way to the front here. The closest I'm getting is Garrett Quincy. Which I don't think would be the thing. Although Grant could also be a last name. So let's just scan the last names for G's. Grant. Derek Grant. Withering Roots Memorial. So we're looking for a Derek Grant. Do I have a paper here that I need to write that name down on? Or can we just go to Withering Roots? I think I left the paper at Esther's grave. So let's see if we can just go to Withering Roots. Maybe? Now that we know the name? Now, the question is, which way to Withering Roots? And the answer is, I don't know. Yeah, same name as my dog at 10, moved from his grave and buried again. Grant. So, it's not there. I know this isn't it. Yeah, this is Terra Siesta. That much I remember. Over here, Sorrow Park. That's still just looking out over the entire graveyard, which is delightful. But not what we were going for. Been that way, been that way. Let's try this way. And here we go. Withering Roots. Derek Grant. Pirate hat! And a really, really fun eye. Alright, cool. So that's what I needed, is I needed that pirate hat, as well as the eye. Okie dokie. And that ends the scavenger hunt. Do I have a Lorquat on me? I do not. I meant to grab one, but I did not. Oh, I didn't. Oh, this gets harder and harder and harder and harder, and I hate it so much. Oh, now I remember hating this. Oh, now I remember why I hated that so much. It keeps getting harder and harder, and the bugs just keep getting more and more immune. And honestly, you really need more than a homeopathic remedy on that tree. I'm assuming that's what's in there, is a homeopathic bug spray. I get that you don't want to hurt the bugs, but at that point, you need more than a homeopathic remedy. Okay, give me...
Iggy, how about a nice, juicy loquat?
Oh, you call it loquat? I've been calling it a loriquat. Yeah, that's right. You eat that and I'll grab you. That's never dangerous. You should always grab an animal while they're eating. That's a lie. Don't ever do that. Like, period. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy. The name that opens every Jolly Roger meeting opens me. Oh, the name that opens every Jolly Roger meeting opens me.
Check.
Ooh.
All done.
We gonna have to figure out what name opens the Jolly Roger meetings, ain't we? Oh, buddy. So... do we have to go through here then and be like, that's today. Is today February?
May 31st? That's today.
There it is. Scuttled Bones, Rampart, and Dumain. That's where Bess just happens to be living. Oh, Bess! I'm gonna be the worst friend ever again.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. Listen, you busy?
Why?
Oh,
I need you to
Nancy
do
is the
something for me.
worst.
What?
I need you to infiltrate the meeting of the Jolly Rogers crew that's about to be held at Rampart and Dumain, which has got to be right near Zeke's. You're going to have to look around for it. Now, to get into the meeting, you'll need to put on that skeleton man costume you saw in the back room. And once you're in the meeting, you'll need to listen for the name that opens the meeting so you can tell me what it is, okay?
No.
No.
Beth, I know you don't like to
No.
do stuff like this, but this is really, really, really important.
Ugh.
And it'll be the last thing I ask you to do. I promise.
Fine.
Oh, all right. I don't suppose it would do any good to point out that the curio shop is closed.
You'll find a way in. Oh, and if anyone at the meeting asks, the password is Scuttled Bones.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
That's the spirit.
Oh, I'm gonna need a passcode to get in. Oh boy. You know what? I do have this lovely compact. So you learned this from another one. 2890. We've got another button. 5. Done. So that's a trick from another Nancy game. Nancy, you are the absolute worst friend, girlfriend, whatever the world has ever known. Alright, I'm guessing this is it 'cause it's got the pirate cross on it. Hello.
What's the password?
Password? Right. Let's see.
Scuttled bones.
Scuttled bones.
Ooh.
Better hurry, we're just about to start.
We're in. We are in, my friends. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to write that spelling down. Okay? Give me a second here. Jen. Can I zoom in on it over here and see it over here? Because it is really tiny. L-A. Ooh, L-A. Ooh, that was almost bad. F-I-T-T-E. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to have to scroll that back down so I can, see chat, should anything happen there. Okay, Jean Lafitte. L.A.
Welcome, my fellow Jolly Rogers.
that
We
voice.
have several pressing matters to discuss this evening.
Yes,
so
I
let
do.
us begin. As you
That is
may
Dr.
or may not have
Boley.
heard, certain city officials are attempting to deny us the right not only to gather in public places during the Mardi Gras season, but they have also seen fit to...
Shoot, I forgot to turn off my cell phone.
It
Bess!
seems we have an uninvited guest. Get him!
Her! Thank you.
Let go! You're making a big mistake. Let go of me. Look, I'm not here to make trouble. You're making a big deal out of nothing. Can't we just talk about this? Where are you taking me? If you just let me explain.
Honestly.
Why, it seems our trespasser is of the female variety.
No.
Let's have a look.
That's right. You know me and I know you, Dr. Buford. And I also know that you were the one who attacked my friend over at the Boley Mansion today.
Boom!
If you don't tell me why right now, I promise you, you are going to be in one big world of hurt.
Okay.
The young lady's clearly upset about something. Clarence, take over the meeting while I try to find out why she's making all these crazy accusations.
Oh, you know why.
They're not crazy and you know it.
I will tell you everything, Miss Marvin, in private.
I don't want to be in private with you ever.
And he did.
Let's
He
make
told
that
me
clear.
everything, Nancy. I bluffed him into confessing. You would have been so proud of me.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
and before I forget, the name they chanted at the start of the meeting was Jean Lafitte.
Jean Lafitte. Great. Now, what did Dr.
We've given
Buford
you
tell
16 different
Okay.
times to write it down.
First off, he said that with his dying breath, Bruno Boley directed him to steal the painting of Henry's parents and lock it up in Henry's parents' crypt. Bruno seemed to
Ooh.
think that way Henry would wind up with the crystal skull instead of somebody else.
Ah. Interesting. Give
So
it a
Dr.
second.
Buford
There it
dressed
is.
up in his skeleton man costume, stole the canvas, and hid it in the crypt like Bruno asked.
That must have been when Renee saw Mr. Death.
But then Dr. Buford had second thoughts and decided to heck with Henry. He wanted that crystal skull for himself.
Fair enough.
So this afternoon, he dressed up in his skeleton man costume again.
Well, I shouldn't say
and
fair
snuck
enough. It
into
just
Henry's
makes
house
sense.
so he could get the key from that mini cemetery and retrieve the painting he'd left in that crypt, knowing the painting would somehow lead him to the skull.
Only I walked in on him and ruined everything.
Right. And now that we're onto him, he says he no longer wants the skull.
Uh-huh.
He's embarrassed that he allowed his superstitious side to get the best of him, and says whoever finds the skull is welcome to it. At least that's what Dr. Buford said. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
I told him you were looking for the skull.
That's all right.
Actually, I told him you were on the verge of finding it.
You what now?
Tell him that.
I don't know, I got carried away. So if he lied to me, and he really does still want the skull, then he might come after you. He left right after we talked, and I don't think he went back into that meeting. What if he's on his way over there?
You know what, Bess?
Don't
It's
worry, I'll
fine.
be fine. Why don't you just...
I've been in worse situations.
Whoa, that bolt of lightning was huge. Anyway, why don't you just go relax and I'll be back at the hotel before you know it, okay?
There
Yes?
goes the cell tower.
Hello? Bess, you there? Nope, she sure isn't.
Well, there goes the cell tower. Besides, unless he's got his own car, it would be difficult to get over here. Right? Okay. So, how are we doing on eyes, by the way? Almost all of them. We're missing just one. What one are we missing? Just two. Right. Okay, so Jolly Roger. Right. We were looking at the pirate chest, and we need to type in. I know where I was. I absolutely did not forget. J E A N L A F I T T E. That's the last I. Okay, cool. Now, we have all the eyes. That's great. So the last thing that we need to figure all this out is the book. We need plentiful pirates and nautical nonsense. Is what we need here. I've got the key to the statue. Alright, so stealthily stalking them, famished and anxious. Okay, so west. Alright, so here's what we do. We need west. Out there on the sea-stricken. Out here were the sea-stricken pirates. Apparently a week's worth of looting left. So that's left. Their large stomachs empty. Alright, so west, left, down. Right, we've got it down. Down to the port we'll plunder some dinner. But the truth is that these pirates could not have been thinner. Their villainous vessel was bogged down again by booty. They would drop off the treasure and away they'd be scooting. So far we have west, left, down, down. We need 25 directions to finish this off. Alright. Just out of curiosity. Alright, so hang on a sec. We should get 5 directions out of this first page, right? Because we have 1 to 5, 6, and 7. So we should have 5 directions off this one page. Right? Famished and anxious, out hunting west. Oh. But I only see 2. Right? But we should have 5 out of that. Like, I get getting 6 and 7 off this, because down and then down again. But we should be looking for, like, north, south, east, west, up, right, left, down. Right? Famished and anxious, out hunting west waters. He was certain cantankerous. Out here were the sea-stricken pirates aplenty. Left. So, I only see 2 on this one, though. Oh, that's not frustrating at all. Right? Like, that's not frustrating at all. Alright. Let's take a look at Nancy, the house. The secret room, if you don't mind. I got the pirate chest, actually. I don't need that. We need the book. Alright. Here we go. So yeah, the numbers at the bottom of the page tell you which eyes are being described on that page. For example, the first page is marked 1 to 5. So there are directions for for 1 to 5 there. So sometimes those words spread out across 2 words. For example, the writing said he gets out happily. That might mean south. Oh. 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 So this is anxious and out would be south. Okay. So that would be anxious out hunting would be south before west. So that's south before west. Do we see any more like that? Like north? Oh, buddy. Oh, cantankerous is 1 word. Oh, they snuck another south in there, didn't they? Cantankerous, O-U-T-H. So cantankerous out here. They snuck another south in there. Oh, buddy. Oh, I'm gonna be bad at this. And I see an east. Out here where the sea-stricken, E-A-S-T. Oh, buddy. So that is an east. And then left. Oh, I think that's all we've got on that one. Oh, boy. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear. We are going to have a time and a half with this. Okay. I'm not opening up a walkthrough to double check these pages. Shush. I don't know what you're talking about. I would never open up a walkthrough and double check pages on myself. Okay, so yes, we only have down and down on the next page. Let's take a look at this one. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 5 on this one. They would foul up. Okay, so I got up the village and make a great mess. I've got up, down. Okay, let me go over here. I have over here, I have up, down. So I have, they would foul up the village, make a great mess. Down to the mangroves, they'd surely digress. Ah, it's a beastie, swim for your lives. Calm the sea's treachery, left a surprise. I am missing 1, I think. No, I'm missing 2, because we needed 5, and I found 3. Oh, it's in the middle of beastie. It's east. So it's up, down, east. I didn't even see that. And C's treachery is another one. It's also east. And then left. Okay. That's fine. I'm good with that. Alright, let's go to the next page. We have 13, 14, 15, 16. We're supposed to get 4 out of that? 3 out of that? Alright. A long-legged beasties whose eyes were aglow spotted some treasure in the hole down below. We have another down. And his curious nature could not let it go. We have another down, right? So he tore down the hull and alarmed the pirates. We have another down. Break down the structures inside it. All right. All right. Beastie again. It's east. I keep missing that one. That's fine. It's not a problem. Oh, I know you think it's a problem. I know I think it's a problem. It's not a problem. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So, nautical naughtiness. Knocked. We have another down. Those petrified pirates were muddled and miffed. So they fired their guns at the Grand Octopus. At 1 leg, 2 legs, left, then 6. So, down, left. Am I right? Down, left. North. Okay, so that's down, left, north. That's 17, 18, 19. I'm missing 1. Northwest, because it's northwestern. I got that one. Look, I didn't even need to use the walkthrough for that one. Look, I didn't even need to, okay? So we have down, left, northwest. Down, left, northwest. I didn't even need to use a walkthrough for that one. We're fine. I got this. Alright. The pirates abandoned this nautical nonsense right to shore with their large haunches. But gaggles of gunmen left. So right and left, that's 21 and 22, right? Because we only needed 2. So we have right and left. Okay? Alright, so we have right and left. And then the last ones we need are 23 to 25. So we have 3 in here. Down, right, left. Yes. That's got to be it. Down, right, left. Okay. Down, right, left. Yep. All right. So, that being the case, I need to make this a little more coherent for me. So, south is down every time. Any other S? No. North is up. All right, so if you're looking at a compass rose, west and east have to form we, right? So that makes it W is left, I think. So because I'm terrible at telling my left from my right, we're going to say W/L E/R, right? These are /R/R /R/L. That's an R. That's an L. Okay. I think we're good. Let me just adjust that so I can see it. Okay. Now that is some semblance of cleaned up for me. Okay. If we read from left to right, that makes left, wall side, right, door side. Okay. I can do this. Down. Left. Down. Right. Okay. Left. Yes. Down, down, up, down. 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 Can't even see the iris on this one. Up. Down. Right. Left. Right. Down, 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 down. 4 downs. Left. Up. Left. Right. Left. Down. I am off one somewhere. Right. Left. Yeah, I'm off one somewhere. Okay. Okay, so that's left, right. This one should be down. This one should be left. This one should be right. This one should be left. This one should be up. This one should be left. That one should be down. That one should be down. That one should be down. This one should be right. Left. Right. Got it! Found where I was off one, by the way. Okay, so we take this skull hand, we put it in this weird thing. We put the eye in the skull hand, and we put the whole thing in there. Okie dokie. Cool. Okay. There we go. We're going over here, and we're saying this weird thing that I got at the beginning of the game goes in here. Cool. This skull hand goes on it. And we're good. Boy, Bruno had a weird idea about, had a really weird sense of humor here. Alright, and the eye goes there. And then that unlocks the whole thing. Whoa! Why is it shooting lightning from its eyes? Did it need lightning for that? Was it a good thing that it's stormy? I don't, okay. Don't overthink it. I suppose it usually stores in Louisiana. I don't know if it usually stores in Louisiana, storms in Louisiana though. Okay, that just disappeared. Hello? It's very yellow, isn't it? Hi.
Nancy? That you in there? Goodness sakes, gal, what on earth have you gone and done?
The lid's closing and I don't know how to stop it.
Here, I'll pull you up. Toss what you're holding up here, then give me your hands. Come on, you best hurry.
Here it comes.
No, don't do that! Bad idea, Nan.
Renee, a little help, please?
The crystal skull.
Oh.
After all that scheming, how do I finally get it? Why, this nice little Yankee gal just hands it to me.
Oh.
Renee, help me. Hurry, please.
Nan,
Thank
come
you,
on.
Nancy. Bye now.
Renee, I no longer like you!
Help me. Renee!
When I send you to
Renee!
jail, those chocolate bars are mine. I'm just saying. When I send you to jail, those chocolate bars are a forfeit. Okay, so... Okay. That one. Oh, I hate this so much. Those two. Those two. These two? Yes. Okay. These two? Yes. These two. And these two. Okay, those two. And those two. Those two. Those two. Those two. Those two. Give me something. Those two. There. Here. here. Ooh, whoop, whoop. Nope, nope. That's good. That's good. I can do this without clicking out. Here. No. Okay. Here. 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 Here and here. Okay. Thank you. We are gonna follow her muddy footprints, yeah? Okay, so she is out at the boat. That's this way? Yeah, that's this way.
Renee!
Hey!
Hold it right there. That skull isn't yours. To say nothing of the fact that you just tried to bury me alive.
The skull is mine. It wants to be mine. Yes, I did my share of scheming to get it. I got Dr. Bolay to go to the authenticators, then switched the letter they wrote saying it was real with one I wrote saying it was fake, in hopes that Dr. Bolay would just hand it over to me. Yes, my plan failed, and yet, here we are. I have the skull. Why? Because it knows that I will fulfill its destiny.
Bruno Bolay wanted Henry to have it. That's why he had Gilbert Buford steal that painting and hide it in Henry's parents' crypt. Because
Can
he
I
hoped
get
that
my
way
mouse?
Henry would eventually find it.
Okay, my mouse
Henry's
is up
a
here.
fool. If he ever got his hands on this, he would just turn around and give it to that trashy girlfriend of his.
I mean, fair.
Dr. Bolay, he just wanted it because he was terrified of dying. Gilbert Buford, too. And that Lamont fella, he just wants to sell it to the highest bidder.
I did click on the log.
My motives are pure. I am going to protect it so it can rendezvous with all those other skulls. I'm going to be right there when they start conversing and all the mysteries of the universe are forever solved. Ah!
Well, she does keep forgetting about the crocodile. Bernie. She keeps forgetting about Bernie.
No, come back!
Don't worry. He's not long for this world.
Renee burst into tears and sobbed as Bernie swam away with a crystal skull. It made me feel sorry for her for about 2 seconds. After all, while she may not have meant to cause Bruno's
He can't
death,
pass
she
something
certainly
that
meant to
big.
cause mine when she left me sealed up in that crypt. It felt good to turn her over to the police.
And stomach
Later
acid
that
ain't
night,
gonna break it
Dr.
down.
Buford came
so
over and apologized for knocking me out
he
with
ain't
that
long
smoke
for this
bomb,
world. I
and
mean,
for
what?
allowing himself to think, even for a moment, that Bruno's crystal skull was anything more than a pretty piece of quartz. To make up for his shameful behavior, he insisted on taking Bess and me on a grand tour of New Orleans. Seeing the city through the eyes of someone who loves it as much as Dr. Buford was truly special. He invited Henry
As long
too,
as,
but
you know,
Henry
we're not
declined.
alone with him.
He was still trying to process the fact that his great-uncle wanted him to have the skull. Henry always thought that to Bruno he was nothing more than an annoying family obligation.
No.
Someone Bruno couldn't care less about.
That's not my
Yet
read on
Bruno's
him.
request of Dr. Buford, made with his dying breath, proved that he did care about Henry. Apparently, and unfortunately for Henry, Bruno was the type of man who just couldn't bring himself to say such things out loud.
Yeah.
As for Lamont,
that
when
tracks.
he heard what happened, he closed his shop, bought enough marshmallows to fill a swamp boat, and has been scouring the bayous ever since, kicking every log he comes to in hopes of finding Bernie and the crystal skull inside him.
Don't worry,
But
he ain't
Bernie
alive.
has yet to turn up. Maybe the skull didn't agree with him. Maybe swallowing it caused him to stop associating the sound of a kicked log with yummy sweet things. In any case, the Whisperer has disappeared, lost to the world once again.
He died,
which is
though.
totally fine by me.
Like Bernie's dead, let's be real. Which of Zeke's hoodoo powers did Renee have in her room? Hiccuping. That was easy. I got no clue left behind for discovering the truth behind Bruno's purloined letter. Wasp Whisper for showing them pesky hypernantra who's boss. Powder Puff for nosing around all the powders at Zeke's. And Trivia Trainer.
Talk about a detective's dream
Ooh,
come true.
yay!
The Italian police called me personally and requested that I travel to Italy and help them stake out a suspected thief in Venice. Unfortunately, what started out as a simple assignment in a city filled with canals, gondolas, and romance quickly morphed into a full-fledged undercover operation, and I soon found myself trapped in a maze of lies, disguises, and danger. Help me find my way out by joining me in my next adventure.
I learned half my Italian
Phantom
from
of
this
Venice.
game. I don't speak Italian, but half of what I learned was from that game. Anyway, woo! Ooh, we finished that one. I have a text message from my grocery company. They're telling me that some items were unavailable, which does not surprise me. But anyway, alright, so that was the end of that. So, like, real talk, Bernie dead, right? Like, Bernie is absolutely, I gotta turn that down in my headphones a little bit. I just gonna blast my eardrums out. Bernie is dead, right? Like, real talk, Bernie is dead. That skull was definitely too big for him to pass. And in general, if an alligator swallows something that's too big for them to pass through, usually their digestive system can, like, break it down or whatever. But because that is a hunk of pure quartz, his digestive system wouldn't be able to break it down. He'd end up with a blockage. And unfortunately, without a veterinarian to treat said blockage, which is basically major surgery, Bernie died. Bernie is dead. That's why he ain't turned up yet, because he dead somewhere. Other takeaways. I am totally stealing all those chocolate bars. I'm just saying. She had an entire nightstand full of chocolate bars. And she was like, oh, go help yourself to as many as you want. They are mine now. She said to help yourself to as many as you want. I am going back to that house. And before I leave New Orleans, I am emptying that entire thing into my suitcase and bringing it home. I'm just saying. That is good stuff. It can be used for a lot of great things, too. You can use it for cooking. I can chop it up, put it in cookies. You give me a drawer full of chocolate bars. I'll do more than eat them. Well, I mean, I guess they do have rice puffs in them. Could still be fun in cookies, though. Could still be fun to bake with, though. I don't know. I've never actually baked with chocolates with rice puff in it. I haven't had a rice puff chocolate bar in, like, forever. Oh, that would be so fun. I am totally a sugar addict. I know I have a problem. Damn, that is where that ends. You were expecting me to finish with that I'm doing something about it? No. I know I have a problem. And that is where that ends. Anyway, we are going to pick up next week going to Venice. I am live every Wednesday to Sunday, somewhere around 9 a.m. Eastern or New York time, whichever's easiest for y'all to Google. We will be going to Venice. It's going to be so much fun. I've always wanted to go to Venice. This is as close as I get. Anyway, I hope to see you guys back for the Phantom of Venice. We'll unmask him. That'll be the title. Unmasking the Phantom of Venice. Oh, that'll be so much fun. Anyway, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.